up, guys? Welcome back to our on-demand class. Today it's me, Kelsey, and then we have Jen and Scott here, and we're going to be doing the body weight, minimal, M60 or compete workout today. So whichever one you're doing, hop in with us. We're going to start with the warm-up. So we are going to set our clocks to a 4-minute clock so we can move through these 4 movements within that 4 minutes. So the first are going to be 10 arm circles forward, so big arm circles forward, as well as 10 arm circles backwards. So let me get this clock set up while they're going.
Are these extra reps?
Yeah, a little bit of extra reps for you. 3. All right, so you have those 10 arm circles forward and then 10 arm circles backwards. Once you've done those, we're going to get in 30 jumping jacks. All right, just kind of warming up. Getting the heart rate going. So 30 of those. We got some jumping today. After those 30 jumping jacks, you're going to find some wall space because we are going to be doing wall walks today. So we're going to warm up in a handstand hold. So, sorry I wasn't counting. You guys are great students. So head over to a wall space. If you don't feel comfortable being upside down, it might be best if you just get into a pike plank position and just kind of stretch out your shoulders. But for these guys, they're going to wall walk, or you can flip up into a handstand hold. Whichever you guys feel most comfortable doing, Scott will do the same. And we're just going to get a 30-second handstand hold. While you're up there, you can also do a little bit of shoulder decompression. Warm up those shoulders, wrists. Perfect. Like I said, if you don't feel comfortable being upside down, totally okay. We're just going to work through different positions, trying to get as inverted as possible. And down. Perfect. We're at 1 minute 40 seconds, so we're going to go through that again because we're on that 4-minute clock. So 10 arm circles forward. You can do big arm circles. If it feels more comfortable, you can also go with a little bit smaller. And then 10 backwards, same thing. And then back to those 30 jumping jacks.
Also, something to think about on the wall, on the arm circles, is think about scooping up and turning back. So that's really working every part of your shoulder.
We got 30 jumping jacks.
I feel like I'm back at recess.
Good, and then we'll head back to that wall. We have about a minute or so left in the warm-up. So go ahead, get upside down. That 30-second hold. Good job, guys. A little bit of a peaceful yoga during the warm-up, too.
A little blood rush.
Yeah. All right, we're coming down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. We'll finish out. We have about 30 seconds left, so we'll get a few more of those arm circles. We're going to practice Jen's method.
Scoop up, push down. So it's really working your front and rear shoulder.
The same thing going forward.
Yep. So you're going to scoop up and then push down. And almost think about you're in water. So you really want to try and almost mimic some resistance on that pull up and push down.
Nice. All right. End of the warm-up. Hopefully you feel warm. If not, we can go a little longer on your own end. But So today, like I said, we have body weight, minimal, and then our Mayhem 60/compete version. So I'm going to take you guys through each version, understanding what to expect, and we'll have these guys demo those movements for us. So our M30 body weight workout is going to be 4 sets, and in each set it is an AMRAP of 3 minutes. So what that looks like is you're going to have 2 movements that you're working through, which is 5 single arm object rows on each side, or if you have the space for it and the strength, you can do 5 strict pull-ups. And then you're going to do 10 alternating box step-ups. And in the remaining time of that 3-minute AMRAP, you're going to do as many wall walks as you can. So Jen will demonstrate with our milk jug. You guys can find whatever you have at home that is an object that you can get into that rowing position, and we're going to pull back towards our hip and back down. These should be controlled. We shouldn't look like we're literally yanking a generator or anything. Nice and controlled, 5 on each side. This will help build that strength to do the strict pull-ups if you don't have those. And then she's going to switch sides and do 5 on the other. Same idea, again, nice and controlled.
Making sure you keep your back flat and keep your spine in a neutral alignment. So you don't want to be looking up like this and throw your spine into an unneutral alignment, if that's a word. So you want to look down, keep your chin tucked, and keep your back flat just to make sure you're really engaging the back muscles and working the muscles that you want to work.
Perfect. And then Jen has our alternating box step-ups. So this isn't a jump, but we're going to step all the way till our hips are fully extended at the top, and then stepping back down, making sure you're alternating, but it is 10 total. So 5
back and forth.
each side. Yes.
Good call.
Yep. So alternating those, and then as soon as she is done with her 10th one, let's say there's 90 seconds left on the clock, she's gonna run over to her wall space and do as many wall walks as she can. Now, wall walks, again, it is a very unique movement, so some people can't quite get inverted yet, or they're not used to being in that position. So Jen's gonna show us a couple different options. So the first one is that she can try to get as close to the wall as she feels comfortable with, even if it's only here, and then she comes back down. The other option that we have is that she can go back to our box over here, and she can actually practice being in that inverted position without having to move her legs and hands at the same time. So she's gonna get her feet up on the box, and then she's gonna just practice walking her hands in towards her feet, and then walking out. And if she can even get a little bit closer, you'll see that she's a little more inverted, which is very similar to the position on the wall. So those are your options for that, but you got max reps on those. And then we rest for a minute. Whew. And then we'll do that 4 times. So that's M30 body weight. Our M30 minimal, very similar. We have 4 sets of an AMRAP of 3 minutes, but we are gonna be trying to get 5 strict pull-ups if you have the space in the pull-up bar, or we can do 5 on each arm of dumbbell rows, and then 10 box jump overs, with the remaining time being max wall walks. So Jen's gonna demonstrate what a strict pull-up would ideally look like. So she's gonna come into a full extension at the bottom, and then get her chin up above the bar, and then lowering herself all the way back down. So no half reps where she's not. Can you do a half rep?
Oh.
That, and then lower yourself down. Or like here, over the bar, and then not extending your arms all the way. Does that make sense?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So her arms need to be in full extension at the bottom of each rep. So she has 5 of those, or, and Jen's gonna do pull-ups today, but I did bring her a dumbbell, or just like our object rows, she has a 35-pound or whatever weight feels best for you. She's gonna do that same dumbbell row that we did with that object that we had from our body weight workout. Perfect, and then we have box jump overs. So 10 of these, this is going to be an actual jump. You can jump up onto the box. You do not have to extend your hips up all the way. And then getting back down. We would like you guys to step down, so we're not looking for you to rebound these, very similar to that open standard you saw if you did the open workout. So yeah, keep a good pace on those. Both of these movements should be quick, because again, we're headed back to that wall for max effort wall walks. All right, and then our M60 and compete workout. So today we're doing 4 sets of an AMRAP of 3 minutes, and we have 20 chest to bar pull-ups, 10 box jump overs, and max wall walks in the remaining time. So Scott's got us on the chest to bars and what those are going to look like today. There's going to be 2 different options you can do. We'll start with a kipping chest to bar. So each time his chest is going to touch the bar, he's going to push away back into his next rep. If you have the ability to do butterfly, you can also do that. We're just making sure that we are still hitting our chest, touching it on the bar each time. So we have 20 of those, ideally not breaking them up. However, if you need to, be smart, break, come back up on the bar as quick as possible. And then he's going to do the same thing that Minimal did with the box jump over. However, you can technically clear the box if you would like. So you could do 10 literal box jump overs. Okay? Either way, you're doing 10. We recommend you find something that you can stick with. Push the pace here. These should ideally be without stopping, because again, Scott's also headed to that wall for max wall walks in the remaining time. And we all get 1 minute of rest. We're all doing 4 sets. So we're gonna make sure everyone's set up, and we'll get the clock rolling for 4 3-minute AMRAPs with 1 minute rest. In 3, 2, 1, go. You either have your object or dumbbell rows, 5 on each side, or your pull-up. Scott has 20 chest to bar he's knocking out. Then you're headed to either do your box jump overs, your alternating step ups.
Oh, you never want to be the first to the wall. Not with max effort wall walks.
All right, so it's about 2 minutes left on the clock for us to knock out as many wall walks as we can. Whatever version you're doing, you're going for max reps here. Find a pace you can keep moving with.
Final 30. One more? All right. Here we go. Nice. 1 minute break.
What'd you get?
I think I got 10.
I got 12. I don't know if I can keep that. What'd you get?
Yeah, I really don't know if my number's right, to be honest. Oh, so I think we all realize how quick those first 2 movements go.
Yes.
And how slow 3 minutes can be.
Yeah. I was like, this 3 minutes is gonna fly by, and then I'm like, wow.
When we first went over to the wall, Kelsey, you said we have 2 minutes left, and I was thinking we had surpassed 2 minutes.
No.
So you really realize each of those, even at a steady pace, is about 30 seconds each.
Yeah, for sure. All right, now this 1 minute rest, it is going by fast. So we're back at it in 10 seconds, guys. For our second set. 5, 3, 2, 1, go. You're gonna be a little more tired now, but still try to make those pull-ups and rows look nice and pretty. Still make sure your chest to bars are touching and being good on form.
Y'all don't leave me over here by myself.
Unfortunately, I'm coming. All right, guys, we're back at it. The 2 minutes on the wall. Push back, feet up, hands middle.
Keep that core tight.
So what this workout to me, the stimulus that you're really focusing on, I see,
Siri,
is the wall walks under fatigue. So we see a lot of lifting under fatigue and how that benefits you in competition and just in max lifts in general. So for this, instead of having a rep number to go for, kind of an endpoint, you're finding what you're capable of doing under fatigue and pushing through. So ultimately, that's gonna make you more efficient when you just have some reps to go for in the workout.
Less than a minute, guys.
All right.
Oh, you got one more in me.
All right, ready?
Here, go.
Do it.
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. If you're not already resting, rest. Okay. Whew. All right. Set 2 is done. How are we feeling?
feeling good.
I think I've done
As
more.
Henshaw says, in his aerobic capacity, whenever there's a set of 4 or more, usually the breaking point is the hardest one's round 3, which seems obvious, but what you need to know going in is, okay, this is gonna be the hardest it's gonna feel. So push through this, and you just have one more.
Yes.
So this is where you kind of got to grit through it. 15 seconds left on the rest.
All right. 10 seconds, guys. We got it. Push through this hardest round and then just one more. 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Good job, almost there. All right. My goal is 10. That's how much I got last time, so.
Right at 2. Breaking down that 10 and 2 minutes, you're looking at 5 a minute, which breaks down to what? 5, 4 or 5 every 20 seconds? All right, 5 every 20 seconds? No, 1 every 20 seconds. Yeah. Could we cut that out? Rest. How's that mic situation?
Last set.
Last one. Might actually rest during this one.
You said grip?
Not so much. Not for sure, not as much as you. Oh.
Yeah. So Scott makes a good point in case you couldn't hear him. Grip, especially with his 20 chest to bar, he's saying it's playing a big factor in his wall walk. So maybe that's the same for you. Try to be really aware of your grip in this. I know this is the last set, but 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Another rep. This mat has gone out. I don't know how you're doing that. Time.
It's 10:56. He wanted us to know what time it was. All right,
Nice job. Great job.
Whew. What a workout. So as we slow our heart rates down, we are actually going to stretch it out. 2 of the stretches are going to be doing today are going to be a couch stretch and a pigeon stretch. We're going to be in these for a long time. So do one of you guys want to demo?
Yeah. Scott, you can crush the couch stretch.
Yes. All right, so Scott's going to demo a couch stretch for us. So again, we're going to use that wall space. If you see, he has his back knee very close to the wall here. And he, being that he is very flexible and mobile, is able to drive his chest all the way up. Scott, can you show us what it may have looked like when you first started these?
Yeah, maybe start out here like this.
Yeah, so if yours looks like this and you're like, how are they getting that close? That's okay. Do these more often. So we do want this knee to be as close as possible, driving our chest forward and looking up. You're going to feel a real big stretch in there. Ideally, we're doing 2 minutes of this. So the next stretch we're going to do is a pigeon stretch, okay? So what we're going to do is get the leg that you are stretching, so in this case, my right leg, and we ideally are going to have this at a 90-degree angle. I am going to feel it primarily in my back, or this leg glute. And so my back leg, as you see, is flat on the ground. My foot is face down. We're not turned out like this. You're not going to feel the same stretch here. Instead, we're going to be sitting on top of it, pressing down. If this is tough for you, you might have to start a little more angled in, but as you get better at it, you want your knee and foot to be at that 90-degree angle. And we're sitting. You can also lower yourself down, feel more of a stretch, okay? All right, we're gonna start the clock so that we can all do the stretches together and we'll cool down.
They're fine.
All right, I guess I can sit in the middle, that way I can talk with this. Great. All right, we'll start with the couch stretch. All right, we're gonna do 2 minutes on our right side forward, left leg back. And 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we just finished that workout of 4 sets of a 3-minute AMRAP. So Scott, tell us your thoughts on compete side.
Yeah.
What's going through your head?
Like I was saying after the 3rd set, for me at least, it got very grippy from the chest to bars. And so a lot of people don't think about like something on your hands being grippy, but handstand walk and wall walks are pretty similar and they're both very grippy. So my shoulders were fatigued, but it was mostly feeling my forearms were blown up. And so I'm fairly confident on the chest to bar, so I went unbroken on that the whole way.
Nice.
But if you wanted to maybe do quick breaks, I think it might be a little smarter to utilize the handstand, wall walk a little better.
Very smart. So like 10 and 10 break?
Or 12 and 8, something like that.
Something.
I like the 10 and 10. A lot of people like to do a bigger set and then a smaller set, just mentally it feels better.
Sure.
And another disclaimer is like, I'm a guy that's not great like shoulder endurance or on my hands, like I get more tired there. So if someone's a real ninja on wall walks, they're definitely gonna maybe not feel it as much as I did.
That is true. What about the box jumps? What were those like for you?
For me, just irrelevant. Like it's just something you have to get through. It's only 10, so just move steady through it and try to bring your heart rate down from the gymnastics.
Do you wish you would have jumped over?
No.
Clear?
No, I think that jacks up your heart rate more than it needs to, and it's not really that much faster at the end of the day.
Very true. All true stuff. We have about 30 seconds left in this position. If you're not feeling it like I am, you're doing great, but I'm feeling it. Yeah. So.
This is great after the box jumps to kind of release the hips, those explosive movements with your quads. So this is a really good one to kind of get those back to neutral.
Yes, definitely. Like I said, if you don't do this enough, you might be in this position and that's okay. But over time, you probably have all done this stretch quite a few times. So you're able to get in the right position. We're gonna switch over, do the same thing on the opposite leg. Some people, like I feel like not as confident on certain legs. So, I mean, I don't know, do you feel the same way? Are both of your legs pretty good in terms of like
Yeah,
doing
I
a
feel
stretch?
the same on both.
Both? Yeah. So if you see a difference in sides, then, I mean, it's not uncommon, but definitely work to where you're able to get both of your knees back as far as possible against the wall, and trying to keep that chest upright.
It is interesting for me, all like the stretch overall feels the same, but this ankle feels tighter and this hip feels tighter. Like I can still get the same motion, but there's just like different things that are tighter on each side, so.
Maybe it's because we just did like the other side and we were like this, you know what I mean? Because I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like that ankle feels funny. So, oh, Scott, you are sweaty.
Very sweaty.
Was the 1 minute rest okay for you guys in that?
It-
Felt like enough time
Yeah.
to recover?
Once you start moving again, when the 1 minute hits, you think, oh my gosh, I wish I had just 15 more seconds. But as soon as you get moving, you forget about it and you realize that was adequate amount of rest, for sure.
Jen, the strict pull-ups, do you have any advice? Like, would you have suggested someone move to like a dumbbell row if they started to break on that? At what point can you do quick 5 singles? Like what?
Yeah, no, that's great point. So if you are working on getting 5 strict pull-ups or strict pull-ups in general, this is a great way to do that, to where when you're feeling fresh, do 1 to 2 sets and know going into the workout, hey, I may switch to a dumbbell row midway through at maybe round or set 3 or 4, but
Switch that pigeon.
that way you're not, it doesn't feel like you can't do it. Go in with the workout thinking, hey, I may adjust a little bit. So I would start, if that's a goal or that's something you work on, definitely go in. First 2 sets, you're feeling good, you're pretty strong, your shoulders haven't gotten to you too much from the wall walks.
Yeah.
So that's good. I definitely think have the dumbbell, I'm glad you got that out.
Yeah.
Just in case you do get to that point to where it would affect your workout.
The dumbbell or the object row, like those are still gonna work on your strength if you're still trying to get those strict pull-ups.
For sure.
So don't look at that as like, oh, I have to do the dumbbell. Like that dumbbell will help you get to your strict pull-ups and working on that pulling.
And if it's something maybe you don't have a dumbbell or you just have a rig or you just really don't want to give up the pull-up feel, what you can do is on a rig, put a bar across the, what are those called?
Like a barbell?
Yeah, put a barbell
On the J-hooks.
on the J-hooks, thank you. And do pull-ups that way, and the farther your feet are out, or even in rings, the farther your feet are out, the more body resistance you have.
Yes.
So that's a good alternative if you're able.
Or if you have bands, as long as the bands aren't like a little trampoline and you're actually
Definitely.
using them to, its full potential. Yes. Strict pull-ups is definitely a lot of people's goals, and we see that a lot. So it's exciting to see people progress and do these workouts. So now I know we were all talking about our wall walks. Some of us kept score, some of us didn't. But on that note, we do have a score option in SugarWOD. So make sure that you guys score and post it in there. That way, if for some reason this comes up again, you can kind of see maybe where you improved. Make sure that you also fist bump and comment on someone else's. Encourage one another through.
I liked what you did where you had a goal going in, and maybe the first round is something that you don't have a goal, you just want to see where you get when you're fresh, and then have that number, and then set that as a goal of, can I hit that number again? Can I get one more if you're feeling good, or maybe one less? But have that as kind of your plus or minus for the workout to not stray too far and keep you accountable.
My first one I had 12, and then my second one I was like, ooh. Then I got to like 10, so I was like, okay, on the third one, if I can at least get 10, we're doing good. And that fourth one, I think I got like 14, but I was dying.
That's really good.
But I do agree that having that mentally just helps push, because like we were saying, 2 minutes was a long time.
It's a long time.
So, all right, guys, we have about 1 minute left in this stretch. Any last words?
That was sneaky hard.
Yeah.
It was
I like that
breathy. I did too. And it translated really well from the M30 to the compete and the M60.
Yes.
So it gives you an idea of, hey, if I continue this and my goal is compete or M60, this is where I'm going, and I'm not far off from that. So don't get discouraged if you see something you want to do and you're not there yet. All of these movements, all of these workouts will eventually get you there, because there's so much similarities in movement and muscle activation.
If you're different levels, you can work out with a friend that can finish the same time.
Great
Yeah.
point. Say that again in case you didn't hear it. You can, yeah.
Okay, what Scott just said is similar to how we all just did this in a completely different level, where I was doing body weight, Jen was doing minimal, Scott was doing compete, but we all did the same workout at the same time. So if you have a friend and maybe your friend's at a different level than you, that's totally cool. This is a type of workout that you can all do at the same time, all finish together, stretch together, and work towards your goals on your own. So this was fun.
Good.
If you guys liked it, let us know, subscribe, and we'll see you again for another on-demand class.